Hello everyone! Welcome back to Top K-Pop, the place where every small step of K-pop legends turns into unforgettable history. Today, we're going to talk about something that has made the world pause for a moment. A single TikTok video from BTS's JUNGKOOK that shook the entire internet and marked the beginning of a new era. On October 1st, 2025, JUNGKOOK finally returned to TikTok. No big announcement, no promotion, no teaser. Just one video. But that video was enough to get the whole world talking about his name again. Imagine a small studio, no over-the-top spotlights, no thousands of dazzling stage lights. Just a simple room with soft lighting, LEDs dancing slowly in shades of blue, red, and purple. The atmosphere is calm, but the aura within feels dense, almost as if the world is holding its breath, waiting for something big to happen. Then he appears. Not in a grand outfit or flashy makeup, but in his most humble form. JUNGKOOK, no superstar mask, no glamorous filter, just himself. However, as soon as he takes his first step, the atmosphere changes. The music played, Fashion by KPOP, an electronic song that blended modern rhythms with experimental nuances. JUNGKOOK began to move, every movement so precise. It was as if his body were one with the thumping bass. Every isolation, every pop, every muscle pull felt alive, not just a dance, but an emotional interpretation of the music itself. His gaze was sharp, his expressions telling a story. He wasn't dancing to the song, he was creating it through his body. No special effects, no camera rolls. Just one angle, one space, one JUNGKOOK. But the result? Amazing! As soon as the video was posted, the internet was on fire. Within minutes, TikTok was filled with comments and duplicates. Views soared 4,000 in an hour, then tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and then countless more. Hashtags like #JUNGKOOKTikTok and #GoldenMagnareturn dominated trends in various countries: Korea, America, Japan, Brazil, and even Indonesia. Fans flocked to social media to analyze every second of the video, from his eye movements, his body transitions, to the reflection of the LED lights on his skin. Twitter, or X, became an emotional battlefield. Some cried, some screamed in awe, and some could only write, "He's not human." Instagram was filled with slow-motion edits that captured every moment as if it were part of an art film. Reddit turned into a dissertation hall. Fans broke down JUNGKOOK's popping technique frame by frame, analyzing his every breath, even comparing it to his stage performances at major concerts. And on YouTube, a wave of reaction videos flooded timelines. Fans screamed, laughed, cried. Some even rewatched dozens of times in front of the camera just to process what they had just witnessed. Interestingly, the song he chose wasn't just any song. Fashion by KPOP was an independent track previously only known to a handful of digital music enthusiasts. But after JUNGKOOK danced to it, everything changed. Spotify recorded a tremendous surge in streams. YouTube Music and Apple Music reported thousands of % increases in searches for the song. KPOP, the artist, even became a trending topic on various music forums. Many observers said this song choice was no coincidence. JUNGKOOK is known for his discernment. He doesn't simply follow trends, but rather channels his own taste to introduce works he believes have soul. With one video, he successfully brought an independent musician to the global stage. Speculation arose. Was this a sign of a collaboration? Was JUNGKOOK preparing a new music project with KPOP? Or was this the beginning of something bigger? A new era for JUNGKOOK as a global icon across genres? Shortly after the video went viral, many other idols began following the challenge. From rookies to veteran idols, everyone tried to imitate JUNGKOOK's moves, marking the beginning of a new trend that resonated across TikTok. But the difference was clear. JUNGKOOK wasn't trying to create a trend. He was simply being himself. And from there, the trend grew naturally. This is what's called the JUNGKOOK effect, a phenomenon where anything he touches automatically goes viral. He's not trying to be the center of attention, but the world revolves around him. Behind all the numbers and digital achievements, there's one thing that's even more touching. JUNGKOOK looks free. There's no pressure, no image. In the video, he looks like an artist simply enjoying the moment, not performing for millions, but dancing for himself. A few days after the TikTok video exploded worldwide, the mood in the K-pop community changed completely. Not just because Jungkook was back, but because the world began to read the hidden clues behind every detail of the video. Fans began noticing small details they'd previously overlooked. The blue-red-purple LED lighting that seemed to resemble a new identity color, the hand gestures that seemed to convey a symbol, even Jungkook's gaze at the end of the video, which stared straight into the camera as if sending a wordless message. Comments began to emerge on international forums. "He's giving a code," wrote one Reddit user. "This isn't a random video. It's a teaser," said another. And before you know it, the entire fandom was wrapped up in a grand theory that the video was the beginning of Jungkook's second era, one that was much freer, bolder, and more personal than before. Shortly after the TikTok went viral, industry insiders began noticing strange movements from HYB. Several employees were seen going in and out of their in-house recording studio in Seoul, carrying notes marked with the code Project 97, a number that immediately sparked ARMY speculation, as 1997 was Jungkook's birth year. Rumors began to swirl. Was this a new album? Or an exclusive digital project involving global platforms like TikTok, Spotify, or YouTube Shorts? Interestingly, not a single HYB representative commented. They were silent. Too silent. And for BTS fans, that silence spoke volumes. Because every time HYB is silent, something big is brewing. On the other hand, KPOP, the producer of the song Fashion, suddenly experienced a tremendous surge in popularity. He was interviewed by several European media outlets, and when asked about Jungkook, he simply smiled and replied curtly, "Let's just say, this isn't the end of it." That answer was enough to ignite a fire within the entire fandom. If they were indeed collaborating, this could be one of the biggest crossovers between K-pop and Western digital music in this decade. It wasn't about genre anymore, but about global influence. Two musical worlds merging through one person, Jungkook. Some longtime fans also noticed that Jungkook now exuded a different aura. Quieter, but also more powerful. In every public appearance since the video, from the airport to the occasional military broadcast that leaked to the media, he exudes a mature energy, like someone who has gone through a long period of introspection and is now ready for a new chapter. Fans have described it as a version of the Jungkook Renaissance, the rise of an artist who has reached his peak, yet still dares to start over, in a completely new way. And what's most striking? His gaze. It's still as sharp, but now there's a calmness to it, like someone who knows exactly where he's going. Industry-wise, some music analysts believe this isn't just a video for fun. They suspect HYB is preparing a new strategy to rebuild the connection between artists and digital platforms. Jungkook is being called the spearhead, the face of a visual music revolution that combines streaming, dance performance, and direct interaction with a global audience. Some media outlets have even reported that HYB is partnering with TikTok to launch a special program called the Golden Studio, where global artists can showcase short, curated performances, and Jungkook's video is being described as the pilot project. Is this true? No one knows for sure yet. But judging by the way the world reacted to that one post, it makes perfect sense. Now, with silence once again falling on his TikTok account, the world can only wait. Will there be another video? Is Fashion just the opening to a bigger project that will change the course of his career? No one knows. But one thing is certain. When Jungkook moves, the world stops. And when he stands still, the world only becomes more curious. We've already seen how a single video can create a global storm. But something in his gaze, in the way he ended the video, signaled that this was just the beginning. A new era was dawning. And this time, the world wouldn't just watch Jungkook. The world would follow. So, stay tuned with us at Top K-pop, because this journey has only just begun. And as we all know, Jungkook's every step isn't just a dance. It's a history he's writing with his body, soul, and heart.